Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Pondering by the Pond. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for 75 subscribers. At 100, if I ever reach 100, I'll bake a cake and we can eat it and we can do a cake chit chat or something. I don't know. I love alliteration, if you can't tell. The Ananya Archives, Pondering by the Pond. I love alliteration. I have a blended mango dragon fruit refresher and a Red Bull, and I'm gonna mix it because, oh my gosh, I go to Hong Kong not this weekend, but the weekend after. And by the time I get back, all my declining balance will be expired. And so I'm trying to spend as much of it as I can. I still have like 100 and something. Worst comes to worst, so I'll just go grocery shopping there before I leave and like get stuff for my family or something. I don't know. Okay, wait. We're gonna have to do a taste test. There's still like a bunch left, but I'll just keep adding and stuff. Give it a swirl. It tastes medicinal, but like Red Bull tastes medicinal. Oh. So I'm pretty sure it's just the Red Bull, but it tastes good. I like the taste of medicine, by the way. That's why I like cherry and grape flavored things, because it tastes like medicine. But anyways, how are you loves doing? Oh my gosh, it's almost the end of July, which is crazy. It's almost like halfway through July. I don't remember what day it is today. But anyway, that kind of happens in the summer. I don't really know what like the date is. Sometimes I forget like what day of the week it is too. But I'm really pushing through this week and next week because I have to finish a college level class that's already been reduced from 6 months to 5 weeks, and I have to do it in 2 weeks, or like the remaining 3 units. I only have 2 weeks this week for notes and studying, and next week to take the exams. So hopefully I'm not entirely fucked, but at least my first exam went well. I was actually really shocked that I did good on the exam, not because like I don't know, I just like low-key knew that stuff, I don't know, but now like we're getting into it and it's like if you guys have taken solid mechanics, prayers. But yeah, I went to New York this weekend and it was amazing. I went to visit my best friend Olivia, and I was actually going to see my best friend Piper up there too, but unfortunately we couldn't. Something came up for her, so I had a little nice quiet solo morning on Sunday, which was really nice because you guys know how I feel about my alone time. I can't explain it. It's just like being by myself is so comforting. I don't even know, like, I think I've always felt like better in my own company, but I think the reason why is like I don't mind hanging out with people one-on-one, but as soon as it becomes like a group, like of even 3, I just feel so left out and awkward, and I just feel like I don't fit in. But like all the time I spent this weekend with my best friend Olivia, like all our time together, oh my gosh, I could not stop talking with her. Genuinely, like I don't even know how to explain it, but whenever I'm with her, I just like nothing matters. It's just like I don't know, and I feel so bad every time I'm with someone that I love, like Olivia or Piper or my family or something, and and it is one of those moments where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is it. I would just want to freeze this moment. And then suddenly like I get like a rush of guilt because it's like there might like when you hurt yourself, obviously you're only thinking of, you're not selfish, but in that moment, it just feels like all you're thinking about is kind of like getting rid of the pain, you know? And then like, I don't know, I feel so guilty sometimes for doing those things to myself and hurting someone that they love, especially when because like I have very few people in my life, so the people that I do have, like I can feel their love, like I know it's genuine. So to know that someone feels that way about me and I did that to myself, it does hurt me. Like I just feel so guilty about it. But yeah, I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing. I feel guilty about low-key everything. I don't know, I just feel everything too much. But one thing I was thinking about, and this kind of harps on my topic from before about being alone. So obviously, like, I love being alone and whatnot, and I feel awkward around other people. I don't know what it is that separates me from the rest of the world. Why don't I feel like I belong anywhere? It is such a cruel feeling. And if I were alone in a world where everyone else was like alone, that would be fine. But I think I crave deep emotional relationships, and because of that, when I see other people, you know, laughing and having fun and knowing that like my closest friend is 2 hours away or something like that, and knowing that, like, because I have fun on my own, but then like I just get that rush of jealousy when I see other people, you know, with their friends and things like that. And it's like, but even when I'm with like a group of people, I just don't feel like I belong with any group of people. When I'm with one person, we're both different, so you don't need to belong because you guys are your own people. But when there's three, suddenly you do feel more isolated, and I don't know how to explain it. And I'm just so awkward around people, especially people that like I'm not as close with, and it's miserable. But yeah, another thing, and I don't know, maybe, so I've always been kind of like a social drinker. I'll only drink with like a select amount of people. Literally my dad, my brother, and my best friend Olivia. And then I also don't really smoke. I think I've only ever smoked with my best friend Piper, and then like before is just, that's PMA, premedicated anomia, so we don't need to worry about that. But like I don't really smoke or drink like that, and I think people my age do, and so I kind of do feel a little bit, I don't know, I'm just so different. It's like, because obviously I can't get drunk or high, so why would I put substances into my system that wouldn't have its intended effect? So, but like whenever I explain that to people, it just makes me feel so weird and inhumane almost. I feel like an alien, especially when I hear people talking about like mental illnesses and stuff. It's like, even if it is the less glamorized ones like schizophrenia or stuff that I don't even struggle with, because I don't struggle with schizophrenia, but whenever I hear people like talking ill about mental illnesses, I'm just like, but you don't know that person, you don't know what they go through. Why would you say things like that? And it's like, it's genuinely like, it hurts me, because I feel like if they knew that I struggled, because one of my rarer struggles is my borderline personality disorder. I do have a mix of quiet BPD and self-destructive BPD. Because I did one of those like BPD textbooks where it's like, learn about your BPD. My dad got it for me when I was freshly diagnosed. He was like, get on it. But yeah, anyways, I feel like if they knew that, obviously most people don't even know what it is, but like the way that it's portrayed in media and whatnot, it's like seen as like our icons are Joe Goldberg. I'm sorry, but like I'm not Joe Goldberg. I'm not. And I don't know, like that's just like, don't put me to that level. It's like, yes, obviously Joe Goldberg is a human being and he's been through a lot and what he struggles with, like his BPD and all that, but he had evil in him. Personally, like that is not my kind of BPD. So if I say that I have BPD, don't immediately be like, oh, Joe Goldberg, now I'm gonna run away. But I don't know, I find it so alienating knowing how different I am from other people, and just like hearing conversations of like the people are having around me and things like that, just like background noise. It's genuinely disturbing because to a certain extent it hits at me, and while it might not be direct hits at me, it just feels like a world that I personally don't belong in, or a society or a group that I don't belong in, and I genuinely am struggling to find a place where I do belong. I love being alone though. That's why I love being by myself, because I can just do my own thing. You know, I can be by myself. The second you add another person into the mix, or even a group of people, I'm just like, get me out of here, genuinely. I love being on my time, my space, my bubble, alone with my thoughts, doing my thing. Yeah. You know? I genuinely like don't understand how I ended up like this, but it feels disappointing to my younger self. I've let her down, I've let my family down. Just, I don't know. And I also feel like it's kind of the end of a chapter, I think, once this summer ends. Because I feel like when my second semester ended and I started summer school, it didn't really feel like an end of a chapter because I went straight into summer school. But right now I feel like once summer is going to end and I start my fall semester, that's going to be an end of a chapter. I don't know, I can feel when like a season or a chapter of my life is ending and a new one is beginning. So I'm really hoping that it brings good stuff. As for my routine, I don't know if you guys have seen my other Pondering by the Pond, but if you're new, because there's always someone new, I have a little summer routine that I've been trying to do to get myself into a better headspace, because routine and consistency is what makes these things like ingrained in you, and hopefully it does help me become a happier person. I would want nothing more. But yeah, it's been going well. As for like timings, I will say I have been waking up slightly later at like 7:38. But I've also been sleeping later, so I'm not gonna be too mad about that. I just stay up late studying because I have to do a literal like unit of solid mechanics a day, so I think that's fine. And the lectures are like 100 slides. I'm like, and then I have the homework and the quizzes, and I have to do it all, like the whole unit in a day, because like if I leave breathing room to be like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, like, babes, tomorrow's your exam. Well, not tomorrow, but like my exam's on Monday, and then I have one on Wednesday and one on Thursday, so yeah, there's not much breathing room there. But yeah, other than that, I've been doing pretty good with my routine. As for differences, I haven't really noticed much of a difference. Again, I am at home, and I know being at home isn't ideal for me to feel productive, and so I don't know. But yeah, I will say, like, when I was in New York, I went to a Joe and the Juice because I was like, oh, I could really use a juice. And then I saw the calories and I was like, okay, let's just go back. Which obviously that's sad that scares me, but it does scare me a lot. Anyways, when I was in there, I saw these like 10-year-old girls body checking in the mirror, and like my like gut instinct usually when I see someone else body checking, especially if like they're my age or like my like size, I don't know, is to like compare myself to them. But these were like 10-year-old girls, and something like my maternal instinct kicked in, and I was like, this is awful. Like, you're 10 years old looking at yourself in the mirror. I just wanted to hug them, but like obviously stranger danger, and you know, I didn't know them or anything, but like my maternal instinct was like crying. Obviously when I was 10, I struggled with body dysmorphia too, so I know what that feels like, but just to see it in person, I can't even like describe the nostalgia, the evil nostalgia it induced in me. But yeah, that was just miserable to see, and it's kind of going to show. I was talking about this with Liv as well. I call my best friend Olivia Liv, by the way. I've been saying like, because every time I say her name, I have to say my best friend Olivia, and same with Piper, my best friend Piper. But like, to me, they're Liv and peeps. But anyways, so me and Liv were talking about the epidemic or skinny epidemic. So as someone with anorexia, it's obviously hard to live in that time, but I'm more so concerned about the kids growing up nowadays. I just feel like those bodies are becoming normalized, so kids don't have an idea of what a healthy functioning body should look like. And I know I should be the last person talking about this because I'm not a role model whatsoever for being healthy. However, these people are in the spotlight. They know that they're gaining attraction from the media and society and whatnot. Like, they're in the spotlight. They chose that life, and it is their duty to like, if you know you're like being seen on media and everything like that, and people are idolizing your sickness, then get out of the spotlight. Genuinely, it's just not a good time to grow up in. Obviously, I grew up in the 2006, so for me, like, growing up, the idealized body type was like Kim Kardashian, hourglass, big butt, big boobs. Like, skinniness was obviously idealized. It's always been a thing, but it wasn't as like insane as it is now, especially because before, like, the skinniest a person could get was like through anorexia. I think Ozempic takes it a level beyond, where it's like it's, I don't want to say it's like a fake way, but it is kind of fake. That's genuinely stupid, but it's like faking it, and it's not real. But yeah, and so like now, them growing up in that kind of society, they're obviously, that's the kind of body they're gonna want. I just feel that's just awful to grow up in. Like, you should not be in the spotlight knowing that you have an impact on society and children and the way they view things, being so sick and promoting that kind of stuff. Again, I'm the last person that should be talking about it but I'm not in the spotlight, you know what I mean? I'm not promoting what I'm going through. I know that I have problems, I'm accepting it, and I'm being brutally honest about it. You know what I mean? I'm not promoting that at all. These people are in the media, millions and billions of viewers. It's so unhealthy. And I know it encourages some people to not be anorexic, but kids are so impressionable at such a young age that I didn't even know that what an eating disorder was until I was in 8th grade and my teacher pulled me aside at lunch and was like, do you have anorexia? I've never seen you eat. And I was like, wait, low-key. But yeah, anyway, I just think that is just something in society that needs to change. But yeah, probably just a me thing. And again, I'm not by any means healthy. I feel like I need to emphasize that because I don't want people being like, okay, well, it's not like you're a good role model. I'm not supposed to be a role model. I'm 19. I'm a student. I'm not in a spotlight influencing anyone, hopefully. We have our small little community of friends here, and then that's it, and we just yap. But another thing that I was thinking about, and this is going to be the last pondering topic, but so I was at Cafe Paradiso. By the way, you need to go there and get the bergamot honey latte. I think everyone talks about the salted brown butter, but butter scares me, like the word, the smell, any of that. And also, when I was in line, the barista recommended the bergamot honey latte because it sounded amazing, and I was like, okay, bergamot honey or salted brown butter, and she was like, bergamot honey, and you could taste every single note of flavor that was listed in the description. It was just amazing. The orange blossom, the pistachio milk, the honey, it was beautiful. But anyways, right across from Cafe Paradiso there was a park, and I was sitting in the park and I was pondering, as one does, but with my journal, and it occurred to me, a guy has never confessed his feelings for me. I mean, they have after I have, you know what I mean? I genuinely don't know if the guy's ever liked me, and I'm 19, and that doesn't sound bad. But my last relationship was 3 years ago. It was basically fake. Since then, I haven't been asked out on a date. I've gone out with guys, but not on an official date or anything. Isn't that slightly damaging to my ego? It's not even my ego. It's just as a hopeless romantic and a lover girl at heart, I'm struggling to because with friends, it's okay, I don't have that many friends, not that many people want to be friends with me, that's fine, because the friends that I do have, they're the bestest friends in the world, and that kind of validates, oh, okay, I am a good friend, because they've stuck by me through everything. But when it comes to, guys that I'm, in relationships, obviously I'm not, I need to be in a relationship kind of girl. When it happens, it'll happen, and when it's right, it's right. You do want to feel wanted, you know? And I think, I'm what's wrong with me? And the worst part is, obviously, they don't know the ins and outs of who I am. So it's not, it can't be, my mental health getting in the way. But I'm just what? I mean, I wouldn't like me either, but it is kind of sad. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even sure my ex-boyfriend liked me. But I don't care about that. Just that feeling of wanting to be wanted, and someone being emotionally vulnerable for you. Is that weird that you want to feel wanted? I don't know. I don't know. That is really weird. Anyways, it was really getting to me. But I don't know. Has anyone... I did used to see, like, obviously I'm not alone in that. I know there are several girls my age who are also, like, a virgin, only kissed one guy, or maybe not even kissed anyone. Haven't really been in many relationships, and, you know, like, me. But I assume, like, I don't know, when I see them, I'm like, they're gorgeous. I bet they get asked out. They're just, like, looking for the right guy. I'm also looking for the right guy, but it's not like I have anyone interested in me in the first place. That is so sad. I just, all I can do is just sit and stare at the nature and be like, fuck it. I haven't been drinking my drink because I've been yapping, but it is yum. Highly recommend getting a blended dragon fruit. Oh, it has energy in it. Red Bull's like low energy though. Grande dragon fruit energy refresher blended, and then mixing it with a Red Bull. I think I got the monk fruit one. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day. I did record bits and pieces of New York on my camera, so if I can find a way to get that footage onto my laptop, edit it into something cinematic, then I would love to do that for you guys. It also has clips from before, so maybe I'll just do like a little like scenic vibe, and then I'll like play piano in the background so I don't get copyrighted. But yeah, I'm sorry, like I keep looking here. The lake is literally glistening right now, and it's sparkling, and you guys know how I feel about glitter and sparkles. Like, come on, look at that. Do you guys see the glistening? Hold on, I can't zoom. Anyways, I love you guys, and I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely week. And I love talking to you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for 75 of you guys. So if you guys are ever like wanting to chat, I'm always here for you, and I love you guys so much, all 75 of you. Have a lovely day. Love you.